because the analog.
Yeah, that's unusual because, like I said, I sent mine in right after my match, but we'll see how it works out. So.
Yeah. Looking at your team, I've just started playing my next Champ Ladder match, but I think, please don't comment on it. I'm just saying what I think, which is I think you'll take Block on Asaurus. Looking at your team, the other notable mentions are you might take either Block or Sure Hands on a Skink. I can't see you doing that. I'd be surprised if you either don't stack a skill on a Blocksaurus already, or just put Block on another Saurus to make them all more reliable. So
I will tell you, when it came to the first Block choice, it was a really tough choice because I was playing a double Lizard matchup, and I looked at it, and I wasn't guaranteed the second Lizard matchup. So if I had been guaranteed the second Lizard matchup, I might have seriously considered putting Block on a Skink because cage diving would have been unreal in that game. Every single turn, firing in a Skink, having Block on it, hitting another Skink, just would have been crazy. Would have been a total.
Now you don't have to worry about cage diving anymore. There's just still one team left, right? So.
Yeah. So everything else, if you eliminate the Wood Elves, and I took something other than Strip Ball or Block on my Skink, I will feel so much better. If I did take Block on the Skink, it's still probably a good idea because everybody likes to hit Skinks.
So, yeah, well, this is the last chance for a double, right? The last two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would have liked to really see the last match get a double option, but they decided to make it a normal, and I kind of agree with them on that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. If it was me, I would have liked to have seen them do after the first round a normal and just push everything along and change it by one. So it's normal, double, normal, double. So you end on a double.
Yeah.
And you start on a normal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of doubles.
It would have ended up being
I think they went double first, though, because of only 4 skills from Tier 1.
Yes. They wanted to equalize it because they gave the Tier 2s a double right away.
Yeah.
And they screwed Tier 3s by not allowing inducements.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not that anybody would take them anyway, but, you got to make
no. In Tier 3 teams, you always take bribes as goblins and halfling chefs and whatnot. And if you're saying halflings can't have a chef or goblins can't have bribes, what's the point?
Yeah, but no one's going to play them anyway, though.
Oh, I can see goblins being in this. I have a very good friend. He's from Alberta, which is a Canadian province. He plays goblins, and every single tournament I go to when he plays Tier 3 races, he makes it to either the top table or the semifinals of I won straight up. The worst I've ever seen him do with goblins is 3-3.
That's impressive.
Yeah, he's an incredible coach for planning. He's the one who taught me that drinking is good with Blood Bowl.
There we go. Right, I've set up some players back. Let's see whether this works.
Dwarfs. Is Christopher not playing this season?
Oh, he is. We're chasing down a ridiculous record. I think I need 23-3-3 is the require.
Because he's usually got one, if not both, top Dwarf teams.
Yeah, I never have enough time to play these with I never have enough time to play games that would make me get anywhere in ladder. So I usually finish like 2 or 3 games in CCL when I happen to want to play, and I have time for it. Push that zombie around.
Oh yeah, I'm delighted with the lack of armor breaks.
Just makes it a more fair and fun game. Yeah. I always thought it would be really interesting to see how Blood Bowl worked if all you could do with armor breaks was stuns, just to see how that would go.
That'd be quite interesting, actually.
Well, that's like I've tried to adjust my theory on the Bash game over the last several months, and the theory is Bash should be about knocking down and gaining position. That shouldn't be about breaking armor and attrition. Mm-hmm. As long as you're knocking pieces down, you should be able to implement your will in the Bash game. You shouldn't need to depend on those.
I just think it would be a really interesting, different game to play. I can imagine every Clawpalmer going, yeah, that's the stupidest thing ever. But I just think it would be an interesting gameplay variation to try. Mostly just because I hate killing things.
Oh, you pacifist.
I know.
Feel free to tell me I'm wrong. But...
Well, there's
No,
always elves.
I just really, really like when I play against an opponent and we're in a perpetual league and both teams survive the game. I'm like, yay for surviving. We get to play our teams and have fun tomorrow. As opposed to those toxic players who are like, we just want to kill everything.
Well, no, fan. It's not that you. Why would you ever play Bastion if you can't remove players? You do remove players, but that shouldn't be your expectation to remove players. Your expectation should be to push them down and move around because of their brute force.
You need to embrace the casualties. You need to play Norse and make sure everyone dies on both sides.
Oh, God, I don't think I have it in me, but I think that's a brilliant, funny thing to have happen.
Yeah, Norse are a lot of fun until you play that
The
one.
only players that I actually can feel valid cheering for in a stat break or a death is anything with Claw Bomb on it. Those ones, I'm like, yeah, you go down and you die, bastard.
What about Underworld?
Yeah, see, that's harder. Like, Underworld and Skaven, I understand why they have them. But when those die, like Claw Bombers die, I still have to say I'm a little bit happy about that.
A little relieved.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I really love watching Skaven and Underworld play when they play games because they are just such a neat team to watch, and I don't think I'm good enough to play them, but they're really, really fun. So
they are a very high octane team, and you can take them a few different ways. You can be like, all right, we're going to play the inducement game and, pick a wizard and get the ball and score a bunch of times. Or you can be like, okay, we're going to hold it back, maybe pick off some players with some claw palm, stall them out, things like that. There's a lot of different ways you can play them.
I had an Underworld team with an Agility 5 Goblin. Needless to say, it was pretty stupid.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody, I don't remember how to pronounce his name. Started with J-U-R, I think. He played Goblins a season or two ago, and I think he did 14. The other numbers were pretty low. And I was like, man, with Goblins, and he goes, yeah, well, my AG4 Goblin with big hands really helped that.
I wonder.
Man, I kid you not, I was like, oh, I want to play in the Chaos Cup sometime. And somebody said, well, why? And I said, can you imagine a skink with big hands and plus agility? Like, that's Nuffle's nightmare right there. A stunty with big hands and agility 4 is just unreal.
It is pretty massive.
So the ball's in the middle of 6 tackle zones? I don't care. 2+2+, I'm out. Andy building that line strong.
Yep. And then taking the ball near the sidelines, because that's fun. Disappointed that I didn't get the knockdown with the Claw Mighty Blow on one of the 2 mummies. Because I set the whole turn up for the Claw Mighty Blow hit for the mummy. No bueno.
No bueno.
I really feel like watching this game, you're just trying to bait him into moving left, and then you're just going to change your direction. Because Undead, you're pretty slow. Yeah, come over here. I have all the power to surf you if you try to go in too far, and if you just overcommit to that side, I've still got plenty of team on the other side I can move back to.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. Read it like a book.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm a little obvious when I play, I think.
I think that if you understand how to play the game, telegraphing is a very common thing.
Yeah. Terrific, enjoyed the game earlier. Thank you. Can I recommend that the people in the chat with me don't ever watch the game I played earlier, as I'd like you to have an opinion of it. It's not completely useless, okay?
I tuned in on turn 13 and I thought that was a World Cup game, and I'm like 3-0. What the heck? And then I looked down to see 2 sets of very short people playing against one another, and I was like, oh, that's okay then.
Yeah.
Yeah, no dwarves in the quarterfinals this time, right?
Yeah, that's a great disappointment to the redneck death roller hype. Honestly,
Yeah.
that redneck driver just I'll go into everybody and I won't accept being pushed. I will stay there and hold the blitzer down. Ah, crap.
Yeah, Stryker was doing real good for a while. He was my favorite to... He's who I really wanted to face in the finals. You know? Just get a death roll all the way there, just some shenanigans.
I really, really appreciated the comedic side of it, and it was actually a decent tactical decision. I never would have considered it, because I thought, every time I play against a death roller, I just hope to spin first, and then if they put him on the pitch, well, you try to score right away, and if they don't put him on the pitch, you just hope to heck you can score on turn 8 and hurt a guy so that he can't come back.
For sure. Personally, if I were to do something like that, I would probably go for diving tackle on the death roller instead of block. Mostly just to base things up, and then, you know, it's strength 7. What else are you gonna do but dodge away, right?
That's so great.
It
Honestly,
is funny though that
my
he
favorite
beat.
plan with the death. Oh, he beat who?
He beat high elves, he beat wood elves, and then he lost to humans.
Yeah.
He did get significant casualties in the elf games.
Yeah.
Yeah, the elves
Oh,
went
look at
really
that,
aggro and
Andy!
stuff.
You're cheering for that one in 36.
Oh, the little man! Look at him. He's just been thrown over.
That's right.
He's not ready for these sorts of things. He's got bowled over.
Poor guy, by a zombie no less.
He's doing all this to me with only half a team as well. He's only committed 8 of his 11 players.
Yeah, why
I think it's
fear
funny
Claw when
that
you
both
reach
of
it?
his ghouls in the back.
Nice and safe.
So can we get Andy's commitment here and now, season 18? He's going to roll with the World Cup champion team.
Haha!
Unless it's humans, because they're boring.
What about humans? Why not humans? What's wrong with humans?
Oh, it feels like there's not enough human love in the channel.
All a bunch
I
of
love
race traders.
humans. Seriously, I love humans. They're the only race I've had sex with.
Yeah, I know tons of humans. My best friend's a human.
I got nothing against humans. My best friends are humans.
How much do I want to do this? That's risky as fuck.
Try.
I actually really wanted to go with Norse in this in the World Cup, but the no inducement thing and being down 50, not being able to get a babe, kind of was like, you know, people are eventually gonna pick up Mighty Blow, and it's not gonna be a good time for us.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah, and
It's
especially
the
since the Norse
advantage of
thrower.
playing a tier 1 team, though.
Yeah, but they just end up worse because they don't start up with sure hands, so they have to waste a skill on that. Then they don't have any guard because no one's like really prepared to get guard. They only block on the elves and whatever, and it's just like it's not good for this kind of.
I am
No,
going to say I am really glad that I did not have to pick up sure hands on my first doubles. That felt really good.
Yeah,
And I kept hearing,
what else?
oh man, Guinness is super lucky. He didn't have to play Wood Elves, and he only had to play 2 Lizardman mirrors, and didn't this, didn't that. And I couldn't help but laugh for most of the, oh yeah, and he's playing against Amazon, so he's really lucky to take tackle. You sure that wasn't a tactical decision? No, he was really lucky. We know him. He sucks. He's a rubbish, filthy lucker.
I was really lucky to have Mighty Blow tackle against Amazon.
Right? Right? I can't imagine. I mean, I meant to take pass block, but damn it, I actually asked for tackle. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, it just happens sometimes, man. Like, but who
Damn
isn't gonna enter this tournament with tackle? It's just the smart thing to do. When the most popular teams are like, oh, we got Wood Elves running around. I guess I'm not gonna take tackle when I got Wood Elves running around. And it's good that you didn't get any Wood Elves because they're a really big counter for lizards. But it's not like it's like game over just by drawing Wood Elves. You had a chance if you draw.
In fact, I would have much preferred to play Wood Elves than have to play against Claw Palm. Gonna be honest.
With like Necro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe if it was
Or
like
hell,
a
even
league,
Dwarf.
I would say that. But like, I mean, it doesn't have block, so you're
The way
kind
I
of safe
look at
there.
it is Claw Palm adds so much more dice variability to the game that's my problem with it.
Yes, it
Yeah,
does.
it makes your Saurus a lot less expendable because you lose them at a higher rate. Some would
Good
say.
thing I have an apothecary.
That's right.
It'll save one of them.
It'll save one of them if it's not a badly hurt. Then if it's a badly hurt, then you're good. But otherwise, see a Saurus.
I will admit, I did seriously consider a couple skills. I seriously considered Mighty Blow to start playing the attrition game because I'm going up against a potentially wide value of AV8 teams, but
Yeah.
I
But you do
seriously
have the block
considered.
score.
I do. I seriously considered taking guard because there were a lot of teams that strongly outguard my lizards at this point.
Oh, of course, but you do have the strength factor, and guard would help out because all
You get
the
to keep
bash teams
that.
running around.
Yeah,
You mean like literally every other team left outguards your team?
like the bashy human teams.
There's still Wood Elves in this, right? They probably
Yeah.
outguard you too.
Yeah, they have 2 guard.
Damn.
That's one more than I have.
But it's on catchers, so it's like
Yeah.
straight.
Still more than I have.
Mm-hmm. Have you considered getting break tackle in any form?
I have a number of times. I have a very love-hate relationship with break tackle. If you look at any of my my league teams, I have break tackle on one Saurus.
Yeah.
And that's in any developed setup.
No,
I
I
feel
hear
like
ya.
break tackle is huge. No, that's not true. I have it on 2. I usually take it on my blitzer and my frenzy piece.
Mm-hmm.
And then depending on how the other ones skill up, like that can create a huge differential of what I actually take. But
I've had like 1 of 2 experiences with break tackle. One on big guys, and either they fail like the bonehead or whatever, or they fail the dodge, and I'm just like, well, I'm never doing that again. Or it's like on an Ulfwerner or a Saurish or something. And it's just like, all right, I rolled the 6. I guess I'm gonna dodge another space. Oh, I rolled a 6. I guess I'm going here, going there. They're so
yeah.
mobile, man. So good. It's like having an elf that kicks ass.
yeah, if you make a first dodge with a Saurus on a 5 or a 6, you're like, man, that just made that turn a whole lot easier.
So much easier.
So interesting, fun World Cup fact that I figured out yesterday when I was talking to Andy. Guinness, you've never played. You get to the whole. You could get to the finals without ever playing humans. Eh? You haven't played one yet.
Yes. Actually, we looked at it the other side. What was it? There was somebody, I think it was Andre, who could have won the entire thing without ever having to play anything but humans.
Yeah. And I've never played humans yet, but of course, if I win, I'm guaranteed to next.
For those
Wow.
of you who weren't avidly paying attention to the statistics, humans were, and to get the exact percentage, 23% of the population of the World Cup teams.
Well, that's a huge Kaz.
Well,
Just took out a mummy with his claw mighty blow.
there you go.
And you were looking for that.
I was. I've been looking for it all so far.
And no regenerate on it.
And and no regen.
Some would say you needed it, because these guys, they don't seem to be going anywhere. Got zombies everywhere, they're trying to outbash your torso. Gotta take care of them.
No, he's already made a lot of forward progress on the side there. I mean, if the mummy was still in it, it was pinned on a single that guy who still has the blitz symbol over his head.
Yeah. It doesn't help that the ghouls are so far back, kind of being useless when you have no intention of going forward.
No, indeed. That's the difference here. Is I'm completely fine with where I am, and Hawkeye hasn't spotted that.
Nope. He's like, maybe I'll stall him out there the entire drive. He'll just stay back there.
Yeah.
My
also,
goal is usually to cross the LOS by turn 4.
Yeah, it just sounds like you're rushing. Look, I'd cross the line of scrimmage if I have to, but with zero pressure being applied, I can go for positional blocks and value blocks rather than anything else. So I will.
Especially when you're technically 3 players up.
Yeah. Yes, because those 3 are doing nothing.
No.
So you ready for all the Lucker noob hate, Guinness, if you get to the finals with me?
Oh, actually, I think I've already had it. If you ever watch Jim's channel, it's full of people who are calling this, I think it's the World Cup of coin flips.
Well, no, I just mean if it's actually you and me in the final, that means you will make the final with not playing a single elf team or a single human team, possibly.
And honestly, that Amazon matchup was awful to play against. I don't care if I had tackle. I don't care if it was cast on turn 1 on a non-mighty blow block.
Yeah, but
that was a tough game.
Nobody's going to remember that game.
Nope. And nobody's going to remember that in game 2, the kick landed on the LOS in 3 lizard tackle zones. Nope. He got 2 lizard casualties that game. That was the reason he won. And in the last game against Palladius, Jimmy actually mentioned, he's like, oh, I think this is the first time that the dice have been in the advantage of the defending player. Or the dice were against the person who won, but it's not like they were significantly different. No. I just admit I'm a filthy lucker. I don't know how to play the game.
Well, you see, the trick is just to make the games more exciting, so that everyone's like, oh, so invested. Like you gotta throw a bit more risks out there. You gotta give an intentional 1 die block on your ball carrier every few games or so.
Oh yeah.
You know.
I mean, Palladius did give me a couple times where I had given him a 2 die in the ball and he chose not to take it.
Well, you can't help it if you throw like the hook out there and nothing bites.
And they fail to bite on it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can. I mean, in junior, I just first block, I picked a skull. I really thought I picked the push, but I picked the skull.
Well,
Still
Jimmy
not sure
likes
what
to
happened.
remind everybody now that I like to give up hits on my ball all the time.
Oh yeah. I think my favorite line so far from the World Cup is, I think that Strider is allergic to screening. Or allergic to caging. That was it, allergic to caging. That was like the best soundbite so far, I think.
Striker is the master of drawing people in and then beating them up, and they think, oh yeah, I can get the ball. Nope. And then just lose like 4 or 5 players.
Oh dear. Right, where are we going to put the ball this turn? I've just been concentrating on the blocks. I've recovered my positioning. Where the fuck do you put the ball? I think the short answer is no one cares. Just put it anywhere you like, Andrew. That's the answer, isn't it?
Pretty much. He's not coming forward.
Do you know what? I'm going to go backwards. Just for the fucking lol, I'm just going to go backwards. There's no positioning advantage there. I've just gone backwards.
Just come backwards.
Oh dear.
Watch this fail to be a point.
This'll be fine.
I cast a mummy, but I did my job.
Nah, we've already. I think we've got overwhelming advantage now. We'll be fine.
I'm trying to remember that.
Fireball?
It's a what? Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Fireball. There's a 5-man fireball off to the left there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. I was just looking to see if a lightning bolt crazy zombie dodge GFI could actually pick up the ball, but no, he'd be short no matter which way it scattered.
Yeah, there's no way the wizard's gonna be useful here unless he does a magic fireball on the dwarves and hobgoblin and be like, alright, you're all gone.
5 casualty fireball. Pro play.
Pro play.
Oh, what game was I playing in? I was playing against Mercy, and I had a grouping of, I think it was 4 players, and he dropped a fireball on it because it was in the World Cup qualifiers, and it was on my Pro Blitzer, 2 Skinks, and another Saurus, I think, that had a skill.
Right.
Knocked down 1 player, the rest of the fireball whiffed, and I was like, oh, at least I don't have to worry about that for every turn after turn 1.
Yeah, there goes that.
Yeah. And I was like, I couldn't believe Mercy played that one. But it Like, if it took out any of those players, I was screwed.
I remember my favorite fireball was last season in Rebel, where I had an Elf Warner on the ground, and he was just getting fouled and everything by Skaven, and I was like, alright, he's fully surrounded by Skaven. This is like 8 hits. I'm gonna attrition fireball.
Only
And-
attrition fireball you've ever made, and wow.
Wow, and guess how many it took out?
I'll say 5.
1.
No kidding.
It took out 1. It didn't hit anyone else. It stunned a dirty player sneaky get star in our league called Gary Friendly, and it movement busted a natural 1-turning gutter runner. So even though it only got 1 person, I consider that worth it.
And it stunned the guy who was fouling you.
Yeah, so, glory be, no more fouls until I scored.
And
That
Andy got
sounds-
one.
Friendly.
Gary Friendly.
I really do like the name.
Yeah,
Did
there's
you ever
some...
watch that old, what the heck was it? It was a Stallone movie. And the villain's name was Edgar Friendly.
Edgar Friendly?
Yeah.
What a name for an antagonist.
He was a brilliantly funny character, too. It was one of those dystopian future movies. It's Duran, Guinness, and Ornan.
Yes.
Demolition Man, that was it. Thank you.
Was that
Mystery
really
Man
the
or
villain?
Nan?
Pardon?
Demolition Man. That was really the villain's name? I thought it was...
No. Demolition Man was Stallone's character.
Yeah.
No, I know that, but I mean the villain, Edgar Friendly.
Edgar Friendly.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah, he was such a nifty villain.
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, Andy.
Oh, come on.
Davo the pro.
Punished! Proper punishment. Look at that.
Oh
Damn.
my goodness. I super want to see this turn into a one-die ghoul blitz hitting the ball out and the other ghoul grabbing it.
Easy. He might even do the blitz. He might lightning bolt him right here. No, he's gonna do the blitz. If you're gonna lightning bolt, would you rather do the hobgob or the bull, since the bull's kind of hard to get out of the way?
I wouldn't really want to waste it. I mean,
Right.
the one die on the carrier, you push him down and right anyway. I don't know why he's considering blitzing from there. It's just putting a ghoul in on a both down.
Yeah. You'd want to blitz from like the middle, and then if it fails, use a zombie 1 die.
Mm-hmm.
He's not scoring. He's too far in his own half.
Mm-hmm. A pro zombie one die incoming.
Speaking
a
of
two die.
pro, what final? Ooh.
I like watching Davo's reaction to this. Like, look at that. GFIs are for no one. Confident smug of, I planned this all along. Yeah, this is a really easy point now.
That's what you get for crossing the LOS.
He's already made it. He's blocking the zombie, and then he tackle hits the ghoul, so he can push it into the mighty blow if he needs. Why are you doing it that way, Andy?
Because I'm a fucking moron.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, this is what happens when you don't pay attention.
Oh, needs GFI.
Yeah, doesn't he ever?
GFIs, those always go well.
Yeah.
Actually, in this game, every single GFI they double failed was the second one. So it's basically Nuffle saying you're allowed to single GFI, but not double.
But that's why I didn't make my GFI. You know what happened.
I thought the Dwarf was the first GFI. It was the second?
See?
See, I would have wanted to make the GFI next turn because you have hits this turn.
We were so smug
you remember what I said about if that turn of moving back actually cost you the touchdown. Just gonna point that out right now.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
You fine gentlemen might need to excuse me in the second half while I actually fucking concentrate.
We will
My
happily
God.
go somewhere else and trash talk you. I mean,
Oh, no, this is
talk
quite
about how
entertaining.
wonderful you are.
This is quite entertaining. It's quite nice to have some people to talk to. I mean, I enjoy talking to the stream, but it's actually nice to hear people's voices and stuff. So,
I'll tell you the truth. When I play the World Cup games, I have a couple of my friends just on with me, mostly non-Blood Bowl players, and we just drink and hang out to help me keep my my tilt level low. It's the best weapon I can possibly have. I've got one guy who usually just walks in the room, hands me another drink when mine's empty. Used to always be the girlfriend, but now it's my roommate and or a friend of mine from just across the hall who she is lovely enough for bringing me alcohol. I'm like, sure, I'll just open the door. You can come in anytime. Bring me alcohol. I like you. Oh man, I want to see this happen.
Same.
This is so ridiculous. This is the most ridiculous play I think I'll have watched today.
Here we go.
Oh my God, he nearly made it as well.
That's sweet and accurate. Oh man.
Super amazing.
Can he
1,
still
2,
score?
3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
6, 7,
1,
8, 9.
2,
No,
3.
not.
Zombie
It needs a
handoff.
zombie handoff. Easy.
I think that if Andy doesn't knock him down, he has to give away that a zombie handoff could do this. He has to tell his opponent, you have to try the zombie handoff.
Fuck the zombie handoff.
Boom.
Also, could you not have made that block from down?
Yeah, I think you could have
I'm-
given a second attempt.
I'm actually thinking about the ghoul. Oh, he can't get there. Oh, that's a shame. What else can actually get to the ball? That white can.
The white can make it there.
No, leave him alone.
Time to die, Mr. White.
Actually, both whites can make it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Not that one,
9.
because
Nope.
he's dead. Oh, maybe not dead. Oh no, actually dead. There we go. Just regen, bastard.
Not actually dead. I was hurt. I got better though.
Push this one out of the way.
Well, the whites can't make it now.
No, and then we just protect that. There we
Okay,
go.
so here's the new plan, guys. We figure out a way to chain push the mummy so it can pick it up and hand off.
I'll only be lucky if it doesn't get its head stomped in this turn.
I think the mummy's getting fouled.
If I had more players, I would, but I don't.
How many players you got?
You got a dirty
Anyway.
foot right
Foul.
there, don't you?
Totally
Let him
legit
do
on
his job.
89.
Well,
Let him do his job! He's
Step
got
on
one
the balls
job.
or no balls.
He
you can
stepped
do it
on
next
that.
drive. You can get a KO next drive. It'll be easy.
Yeah, I think it's much more valuable to foul the mummy next drive. Because it's not guaranteed that he's going to go out this drive anyway. Or stay
Yeah.
out. It's a 50
Ooh.
plus if you actually remove it, that'll come back.
Now he thinks the coach hates him. Now he thinks he did something wrong.
Hmm?
Just
I
one
think he's
step on his
realized that
neck,
the girl
coach.
can't get it.
Yeah, and all.
So is there any way... No, he can't even chain push the ghoul to make the ghoul dodge out, pick up the ball, and hand it off.
Nope.
I get up, I get knocked down again. Doesn't the song go differently?
Right, how many's he got? 1,
Alright.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Awesome. This is all going according to plan, boys.
Region really paying off.
Replay!
I planned to not score on first drive so I could score next drive.
That's right.
What?
That which we cannot mention.
Sorry, what's just happened there for you guys is YouTube. I'm not allowed to mention YouTube at all. So someone's just subscribed to the YouTube channel. Since they brought it up, I can now talk about it. But I wasn't allowed to talk about it before.
Oh, that's so neat.
So
It's a competitor non-compete clause.
You can get alerts when people sub to your YouTube?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Oh.
Depending if you
That's
use,
nifty.
I use Streamlabs, so.
I do appreciate that which cannot be named. That's kind of brilliant.
The Voldemort competitor.
That's enough.
Anyway, I'm going to bow out now and say thanks for the invite, Andy. I'm sorry I'm so terrible with time zones, but apparently Guinness filled in, so no harm, no foul.
It was totally lucky. I could not sleep any longer. The sun came up. I used to be a farmer, and I was like, ugh, okay, time to get up. Rolled over, turned on the computer, and I thought it was a World Cup match, and I freaked out when I saw a 3-0 score, and I was like, oh, that's just AndyDavo playing. Wait, Andy's down 3?
Yeah.
What am I watching? It was literally a shock to watch Andy down 3 points.
Luckily, it didn't finish 3-0, though, did it?
No, it was very, very lucky. It finished 4-0. So
dear.
it is a game for the ages that will be memed for all times.
Yeah.
I was actually, I'll give you a laugh now. I was looking for one of my old games on YouTube, and I came across one of my league mates who put a game from our CCL times on, and I was really salty because he was playing humans, I was playing lizards, and he had cased out all but 2 of my players before turn, I think, 13, and he kept fouling because I wouldn't stand up to be blocked. And I was just like, what an ass. So then I happened to notice that he put on, and he didn't have his own vocal commentary on that. He just had a musical track because he was probably being an asshole. But I watched one of our league games, which was super funny and a very good laugh, where I had a team that was way outclassing him. I had 300 and some odd TV, but his casualties were through the roof in that game again. Holy
I'm sorry.
doodles. Yeah, I just watched that. That's
oh my
rough.
god!
That poor bull.
Freaking
gonna save him?
pound through his blood.
You gotta
He's not
save
a tackle.
Ramaset. Ramaset's Canadian.
Oh,
Yeah, Ramaset lives. So anyhow, gotta love this one. The match goes that I have had so many casualties removed, and the only casualties I've got when I'm hitting almost 2 mighty blow a turn is 2 of his failed dodges. And he's bitching and moaning about the luck in the feed. And in the last turn, my only play is block a player off, make a dodge with a Saurus, double GFI touchdown. And I make it, and he's just like, that's a shitty way to lose a game like this.
yeah. I don't usually have to deal with those kind of players a lot because I deal with Rebel and everyone's pretty cool there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really rare because most of the leagues I play again in are very awesome people. They're very welcoming. They're very supportive.
Yeah,
When I
great
didn't know how to
communities.
play, which was like last week, they've been giving me advice. It's just great.
Last week, Mr. Champion.
I still feel like I barely know how to play the game. I understand the positional game of lizards, kind of. Every once in a while, I'm like, wait, there's something I can do, and I never really realized that. My new ridiculous crazy piece that I get next time a skink gets doubles is Juggernaut.
That I mean, that's certainly a pick, I suppose.
I just want to do it for the lols of it. My World Cup team, or sorry, my Big Crunch 2 team in Blood
Do
Bowl
it with your World Cup
Tactics.
team.
I can't. I already submitted my skill, but
Oh, that's a shame.
and
'Cause
nobody
I'm
has
gonna-
stand firm, so who cares?
Yeah. I mean,
But-
if you want to go with a crazy pick, I'm going to pick Shadowing as my last skill on one of my players. If
I
get to finals.
legitimately thought about taking like pass block as my last skill on a Saurus.
Well, like,
Because Saurus intercepts are real.
yeah, but you need to dodge with that, so it'd have to be like a pass block break tackle Saurus if you wanted to be, you know.
I don't
and
care.
it-
It's just pro.
You know what I would do? I would continue to say goodbye to Andy and thanks for having me. And sorry I was late. But you
Goodbye
know,
this
this
time,
lizard
girl.
coach just keeps running his mouth and won't shut up and let me say goodbye and say that my game's on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. UTC.
Oh,
Last
already told
console
everybody
guy,
that.
go Orcs. Thanks, buddy. I'll see you later.
See you, dude.
Bye bye.
Lizards
Oh,
just
my
like to waggle their tongue. This is where we're going to see them. Oh, you're not fouling him?
Nope. It's going to block him down.
Mm.
And then if I didn't get him down, I get to use the claw.
Like that.
Just like that, yeah. I don't need to follow up, which leaves the Chorf available for if the ghoul runs down the flank. And we'll put it in 3 tackle zones just in case. Oh, no.
I mean, you could still foul them.
I could.
I kind of wondered why you didn't leave the Fowler available.
Yeah, because then you could use a Chorf to add an assist instead. Things happen.
Yeah.
I'm actually concerned he runs past me here.
Yeah.
And that's
Goal
what
foul.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's what I'm actually concerned about, is that he runs past.
Yeah, it's unlikely that he tries to mimic the very successful hangout in the backline strategy that we employed today.
Yeah, that's pretty pro. I really did seriously think of taking like Sneaky Git as my last pick if I managed to make it to finals just for the lulz.
Alright, it's a date then. If you make the finals, you get Sneaky Git, and I'll get Shadowing.
I mean, it's technically a huge advantage for you because you actually have a practical skill. I'll never actually use Sneaky Git.
What are you talking about? Just foul every turn with this game. Could possibly
Yeah.
go wrong.
See, that I would do in a league play format, but in a World Cup, I'd rather just... Yeah, see, that's what you use Sneaky Git for, is unassisted fouls. You got a guy out there you want to just tie up, run him foul it. Why not?
Yeah, the ideal like Sneaky Git foul is a 7+ foul, so that if
I
you
agree.
roll 3-3 and stuff like that, you won't get sent off.
Mhm.
But
no, I
it
totally
makes it
agree.
4-4 and higher. Yeah.
And really, when I use Sneaky Git, I always go for the armor break being an odd number.
Makes sense. That way you can avoid
So.
more doubles.
It's just optimization.
Yeah.
Let's see where he goes. I need him to commit so I can then go and stop him.
Yeah.
The part with having small legs, rough life.
Small leg but big claws. It makes up.
His claws are almost as big as him. You know, he's on stilts, but his stilts are on his arms.
Yeah, if he could walk with those claws, he'd have MA5.
Yeah, very long legs. Talk about interceptions.
Let's see what he does.
Turn claw into a burrowing thing.
Oh, like Skaven.
Space Cadet, I love shadowing as a skill, and I've taken it a bunch of times. Like, I won the Season 7 Rebel Championship with a shadowing Norse lineman one time, and it was...
Oh my gosh, that's so
it was
great.
the best. It was literally him who won the game because there was a 2-die sack on my ball. Because it's Norse versus Norse, so everyone's dying. There's not a lot of people left to actually protect yourself. So, like, he has to dodge out from the shadowing. And he follows him once, twice, dodges 3 times. The 3rd time he goes down, gets Kaz'd out, and then he shadows him again for good measure. It was so good.
Oh, that poor mummy.
Oh.
I guess he's not really going anywhere, so this makes it a little easier.
Yeah. Right, well, free hit on the mummy. Disappointing. Let's keep the mummy in front of the play, not behind it. Could have actually potentially used the claw then. Right. That's a shame that's not a knockdown.
Yeah, they're pretty solid for it. It helps that the lineman that did have it was a strength up, so he didn't just get punched off all the time. But, yeah, Norse linemen have a few ways to be built. Like, you have, of course, dirty player and kick, you have frenzy and tackle, you have, like, fend and, well, it kind of varies there, because they're just kind of, like, getting in the way. But I kind of like fend frenzy.
I think it's on my friend Raver's team. He's got a Norse lineman that has 2 strength ups. And the first thing he took on him was sure hands,
Of course.
The worst part that he got out of this is it got AV busted, so it's literally a strength 5 AG2 carrier.
Yeah, he's a strength up like bull centaur kind of, but not really.
It's just ridiculous.
That's great. I love it.
It's one of my favorite players on his team.
That thing is literally a lightning rod.
Whoops.
Oh.
Speaking of injuries.
I didn't mean to do that, to be honest. I just slipped.
I just accidentally stuck a fist through his chest. I didn't mean it.
We go killing players again.
I mean, that's only 6 SPP dead. That's better than it could have been.
Yeah, now, so choices. Do we take the 1 dice on the mummy, using the dirty player as the final assist, or do we take the dirty player and go and stand somewhere else?
It's all you, my dude.
Do what, sorry?
That's... I mean, either way is, like, pretty good, so I think it's up to you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Anything that includes lols.
Right, well, what do I not want him to do? I don't want him to do something nonsensy with the ball, so I think I'm going to let him have the 2 dice block with a mummy, and I'm going to stop him running down the sideline, because that would be more problematic if he does that.
Watch that 2 dice turn into a death for the poor claw guy.
Come on, let's not. No, we don't have those sorts of negative thoughts on this show. Well, we do. They're mostly mine. That's
where the equalizer comes in.
Yeah. Mad Raining says, whatever I think is probably the wrong thing, considering I did lose to 4-0 to Dwarves earlier. So there is, of course, that meme that's going to go on and on and on, isn't it? Oh, dear.
I don't think you can live that one down.
Not for a while, no.
What did they have? They have, like, an agility 5 runner? Or do they have, like, a strength 5... Like, Troll's like, what's going on here? How do you throw?
They induce a 1-turn gutter runner score?
What happened?
No, they just outplayed me. What actually happened, Ornan, was turn 1 double skulls, turn 2 double skulls, turn 3 was some double skulls, turn 4, you might have seen the theme by now, included some double skulls. It wasn't quite as bad as that, but it was. I only have 2 rerolls, and we rolled 4 lots of double skulls.
What team are you playing?
This lot, Chuffs.
Oh yeah, well I can see how that would just screw everything over.
Yeah, it wasn't a hot look.
No.
It's when you go to the market to get produce, and it's the worst produce, and it looks smelly, and you still buy it anyway because it's all that's there.
Yeah. And you have a cold anyway, so your day is already crummy. You just want to go, so you can't kind of smell that it smells like garbage. So like, I can't wait to get home and just eat, and then and you end up getting sick.
Oh dear. Well,
yes, oh dear is right.
That's the ghoul problem solved.
87 doing things.
I don't think they were much of a problem. They just went away quickly.
Yes, Rex, the ghouls were very, very worth keeping around. It's a good thing that he kept them back there.
He understands how fragile they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to run the guard around the top. That's why that blitz looked a bit weird, but there was a...
No, it totally makes sense.
It was fine. I mean, you have so much control, you could, like, dance around in his tackle zones, and there's so much you can do.
You could do that whole, like, I took a skink and just danced him around the Croxigor that fell over and stunned himself at the end of the game. That's how much you have on this game.
Yeah.
Like, his best play here is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3+ double GFI single die sack. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think he has the movement.
No.
Bonus?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, he'd. Oh my goodness.
Your
Oh,
dice
this is
are
a good
rolling.
SPP game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you I didn't need to score this early. Scoring in the first half is just for losers, right?
Okay, so I think you should be able to win this 2-0. If you don't, I will be embarrassed for you.
There's one thing that could stop him, but I'm just gonna
But,
be quiet.
But
Oh, and there it goes.
There it is. Right. Now what we're gonna do is
Great.
oh my god, that is so entertaining.
Oh man, that didn't turn him over, and it took the white's turn. I didn't know it did that. Oh my god. I'm learning things
Zombie
here.
Blitz.
oh
I was
no,
gonna say,
Zombie
Oh.
Blitz.
here we go. Hail Mary.
Pro zombie.
no.
It's trying to do GFI, it's gonna fail it.
Got him.
Oh my gosh, he got it.
He's still in this. You gotta believe.
Alright. So, zombie GFI to protect the ball, zombie GFI to protect the ball.
Zombie GFI to protect the ball.
So it's gonna be the mummy gets up and blitzes, a -2 die, and then the zombie throws it to the mummy, and the mummy slowly ambles down for a touchdown, even though it's 1-on-4.
So about those double skulls. Like, I was gonna say the only thing that could stop him if Andy like somehow decides to like stall to like one of the last turns, and then he lightning bolts at the carrier and makes him roll a pickup or something.
Yeah. But the thing is, with a lightning bolt, you just score early.
Yeah. And he doesn't have any goals left, so like, what's the threat of him doing a 2-turn?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I would always prefer to score instead of waiting.
It's debatable. Depends on the matchup.
When there's a wizard in hand, I'd much prefer to put the point away.
Makes sense. I would only really risk it with like an agility for sure hands piece that doesn't have the ball in hand, just so he can like, you know, get ready to pick the ball up.
But even then, when you're sitting with, I think, like 5 players up and almost everything that he has that's worthwhile is off the pitch, I'd be willing to score here.
Yeah, I mean, there's a 1 in 6 chance that the wizard just fails right there, and then there's a 1 in 36 chance that you fail to pick up. There's a greater chance that he wastes the wizard doing that if you're in such a commanding position. So I'm like, yeah, waste the wizard.
Hobgoblin's like, my ball. My ball.
It's like, payback. I brought a friend. Therefore, I'm the victor.
As you guys requested, 1 foul.
1 foul. Not sure if you don't get some fouls in. Oh, look at that, he didn't kill something.
You know, at least the undead have, like, worthwhile stock names.
Yeah. They're decent.
Every time I look at the lizard names, as soon as I induce them, I try to find out nicknames for them. I'm like, ugh, I should have named this team.
Yeah. And it's a good thing that the team has like a lot of pieces it can replace fairly easily. So like
I
the
really
damage
appreciate the fact that this man is centered on going after the ball.
No!
he knows how to win the game. That ball's
my
gonna go
gosh.
all the way down to his half.
It could totally do it. And a stunned carrier. Oh,
Oh,
no. Mummy, get the ball.
Get it. Madman.
Oh, good zombie attempt. Good zombie.
Now the pickup. Now it can still go to the other half.
Well, that one's getting blitzed no matter what. He's going to have a bunch of tags on him, so there's no way he's going to be practical.
Yeah.
Can the mummy physically make it with GFIs, though?
No, at this point he's definitely playing for a draw.
But physically, so let's see. 3 for 2 turns is 6. No, it's literally 1 space short.
No, our hero.
The hero we wanted. Or we
Yeah.
needed, but did not want. How does it go? I don't know.
Yeah, the hero we now I forget it. Damn. Chat, help us out here.
Amnesia is contagious.
Thank you, Rex. Batman quotes.
Okay, right. 3+ pickup. Here we go.
So I really thought it was the hero we want, not the hero. Or the hero we need, not the hero we want. Okay, so the play now is... Yeah, you reroll that.
Score on a chuff.
Roll it.
There we go.
No, I'm trying to figure out his play.
Him?
So you're obviously blocking with Chorf.
Oh no.
Well, his
No. But you can block the zombie.
Is he does the white dodge out, and then he one-die pals the Chorf.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out the odds. So it's 4+. No, that's a bad way. Don't do that. 4+, 4+, 3+, 2+.
So he goes up by the guard Chorf, then he dodges through the guard Chorf and goes up. And then he gets the one
kind of the path that I was thinking.
Yeah.
It didn't matter on that second dodge where it went. Oh, he got one of them.
He got one of them.
Legitimate 50-50.
The zombie inspired him.
Thanks, Space Cadet. That's the one I like. The hero we need, not the hero we want. That's how I prefer that saying to go. Zombie 1, 2, 1, 2. Nope. Literally closing off the ability to get there.
Yep.
I did that in a World Cup match where I lined 2 Saurus up diagonally, so even if he blitzed the first Saurus with negative 2D and got the POW, he could not physically tag a player.
It's important to do that. I think it is important to do that.
I'm pretty sure that anybody watching did not exactly understand what my mechanic by placing the Saurus in weird positions was, but that was my logic, is the only player that can reach it, and I'm not fouling, he could not physically get through. Bull Centaur foul.
I've never actually seen the Bull Centaur foul animation. Oh, I could have done
It's just
it, actually.
insult to injury at this point.
Fuck it.
It's not the best one, but it's there.
I love the Croxigore animation for fouling.
Yeah, with the tail. So good. My favorite personally has to be Barrack Farblast's foul animation. Because he's the cannon-wielding dwarf, and he just props the cannon down on him and lights it, and boom, leaves a scorch mark on the ground. Stays there the entire game.
I mean, and that's really what Barrack Farblast's purpose is.
It is. It's great. I've only had him do one other thing one time, and it was a dwarf mirror, and I was the underdog, so I got Barrack, and we ended up stopping his defensive drive, and Barrack Hail Mary passes it to the other side.
The look on Andy's face when that mummy was coming in for the blitz, he was like, "This can't happen. This can't happen."
There we go. Always score on a chuff blocker. That is the mantra here.
Yeah, as soon as a Saurus gets it, let's put that in for the 3 SPP. Thank you very much.
Yep.
For sure. I mean, Lizard end up in a dominating position enough so that they can be like, alright, now it's time for some Saurus touchdowns.
So I've got a good laugh for you. I have a very good friend that I played in Legion, which was a big league back in the day, and he started his own league, and it's very friendly, it's very nice to newcomers, it's a great way to get new people into the game. And he'd already secured a bunch of players, and then he wrote me and said, "Hey, do you want to play?" And I said, "Sure." So rolled up a Lizard team, came up with a fun theme, joined up, and he goes, "Hey, is it okay if I put you in Silver Division?" Which is like second to lowest tier. And I said, "Well, are you sure you want me there?" And he goes, "Well, I already loaded the top leagues up, and you'll get there eventually." And I said, "Okay." So my personal goal for that series of games is that I would only score with Saurus.